This is the sound of lives being changed. One may ask how the sound of cutting wood is changing lives. For that answer, I talked to furniture designer and wood architect Jim Moose, who heads up his own wood shop in an old 1830s farmhouse and is the person to talk to about changing lives through tables.
I'm a professional furniture designer, woodworker, have done it for 15 years. I've also taught a lot of adult classes and also youth classes. I had been thinking about a project that people could do here that would benefit people in New Orleans, in Gulfport, all through the Katrina destruction area. And I got thinking about it that I had built a table 6 years prior to that comes apart, could be shipped flat, and I thought relatively easy to build.
As many articles as a Katrina victim needs, not many think of a table. However, there is one story that started it all. The story begins when Associate Pastor Lisa Hickman led a New Wilmington Presbyterian church mission to New Orleans, and they helped a Katrina victim move into her house.
When they came home, Lisa and I were talking on the phone, and she told the story of a woman who she had helped move back into her recovered house the day before she came home, before Lisa came home. And she said every stick of furniture in this woman's house was donated. The woman was in tears over the fact that for the first time in 3 years, she had a dining table to eat at with her family. Lisa got off the phone with me, and as she did, she said, "Think about this and let's see what we can do."
So Moose looked into the situation and found a great need for tables.
They're estimating between 20 and 25,000 families don't have furniture.
That was all they needed to convince them that they needed to change lives through making tables. Volunteers were gathered up and tables started forming.
We organized people. We used 16 wood shops with 75 actual builders. We had 25 people from the Methodist Church that volunteered to do finishing work at this shop last summer. The net result of it is that we delivered 100 tables in July. We followed that in August with nearly 100 benches and 150 wooden folding chairs. It was donated by Westfield Grange.
The charity wouldn't be possible without volunteers who help put the tables together and whose average age is 74.
What's neat is all these people are giving in themselves completely unselfishly. They gain nothing from it except some experience, some memories, and the feeling that they're helping someone else.
One volunteer is Ty Sabella, a retired pastor who has a passion for woodworking.
I'm 77 years old, and I love working with wood. I told Jim when I first started, I said, I love working with wood because it's like a spiritual experience. Because the Creator, God, who created the universe, created the trees. And we're allowed to take a tree with the wood and create something out of it. And I just love doing that. Here it comes. Out of a tree, you end up with something beautiful.
The passion that the volunteers and Mr. Moose have create two kinds of memories. Some are of volunteers who just enjoy a place to get away from their own lives to help.
When you ask a gentleman who's 80 years old and recovering from chemotherapy how he's doing, and he looks you in the face and says, "You know, Jim, it's nice to get up in the morning and have something to do besides worry about how you feel." Those are the kind of memories.
And some memories are the kind Mr. Moose and his wife experienced when they went to visit the Katrina victims after having the first batch of tables delivered.
We participated in the initial table delivery to a gentleman who was 82 years old, had just moved back into his recovered house, World War II and a Korean War veteran. Had retired from Greyhound bus. It was like giving a Christmas present to your grandfather, literally. We got the most beautiful thank you note from his family. He lives with his daughter and his grandson live with him. And he'd had a war injury in Korea, which kept him from sitting up on an island. He kept telling his daughter, "I need a table, I need a table." We provided him with a table and 2 benches.
Stories like these have kept the Table Project motivated to move forward and produce even more tables today.
We came back from New Orleans with the commitment that we were going to continue on and expand the project. If we could build 100, we can build 1,000. So our goal is over the next 12 months, we want to build 1,000 tables and what we call a table set, which is 1 table and 2 benches.
The Table Project is working towards their goals, cutting and sawing away, and one by one, they are changing lives. I'm Amy Gerber reporting for Digital 88.9 FM.